A local council in the UK has called for a parliamentary inquiry into paying reparations for Britain's involvement in the slave trade. The proposal was approved by Bristol Council, making it the first authority outside London to do so. City Councillor Cleo Lake, who proposed the measure, believes that Bristol hasn't managed to shake off the shadow of its past.
Bristol merchants grew rich through African enslavement, and this legacy is still with us, not only in the buildings that surround us, but also in the rife inequalities of wealth, power and opportunity across our city.
It comes 8 months after protesters tore down a statue of slave trader Edward Colston and threw it into Bristol Harbour. We put the sensitive issue of slavery reparations up for debate.
For African and Caribbean heritage people, it constitutes one of the greatest crimes in human history, the legacies of which are still being felt today. And so these are very real world consequences, even to today. And I think that the motion produced by Bristol City Council, as a great slaving port city that built its wealth upon the exploitation and genocide of millions of Africans, as
did Rome, as did the Vikings. I'm sorry, but what I'd like to know is where those reparations get paid to, whose pockets do they go into, how is that all managed? I'd also like to know how that goes anyway. You talk about the consequences of this slavery, heinous slavery trade. You talk about the consequences of it, but actually those consequences today need to be addressed. Paying money out for something that happened 100 years ago and more that we put a stop to is not the answer. The answer is to stop this divisive talk about he did this, he did that, they should pay that, they should apologise for this, and we should focus on taking everybody as they are, based on their merit, their character, their contribution to society. Not digging up these things. We can continue doing that. It will never end. Where do we draw the line? It's for you now, it's reparations for that. But what about me? Okay, I might say, I'm not. I might say I want reparations for what the Vikings did 1,000 years ago. Why not? Where do we draw the line? I tell you where we draw the line. We look to the future.
Where we draw the line is where those crimes continue to have present-day legacies. That's where we draw the line. And nobody can doubt that slavery, the issue of white supremacism, racism, continue to have a profound legacy, not just here in the United Kingdom for African and Caribbean peoples, but for Africa,
Caribbean money will solve that, will it?
Peoples of colour all over the world. So that's where you draw the line.
Will solve it, will it?
Where do those historical transgressions by state parties continue to have real world consequences
on behalf of the nation?
In the present day?
Apologise on behalf of the nation. How is money going to solve this problem? Giving money to somebody.
So I'll answer the question about where this money should go. Not all financial. Some of it could be returning cultural artefacts that are stuck in the Museum of London that should be returned to their countries of